Soybean cultivation in America began significantly in the early years of the 20th century. Nowadays, soy is grown all over the world, and two Latin American countries, Brazil and Argentina, are the second and the third world producers. In Argentina, the 80% of agriculture production comes from soy. The world's most known biotechnologies multinational is Monsanto. The company is the world's largest producer of genetically modified organisms. The way Monsanto produces soy seeds causes several serious impacts on the population and the environment because of the massive use of toxic pesticides. These ones are responsible of reduction in biodiversity, deforestation, desertification, and, of course, land and groundwater contamination. These kind of cultivations need bigger spaces every time. For this reason, indigenous and peasant communities are forced to leave their lands. Areas that used to be considered useless in terms of agricultural production are now seen as a big opportunity for soy cultivation. It's the case of Patagonia.
Brazil intends to increase its production, or at least to keep the same level, because it is working. There is this demand, and Brazil has the offer, and the opportunity. So of course it is interesting for Brazil to go on in this path.
Transgenic soy seeds were introduced for the first time in Argentina in 1996 and in Brazil in 2003. Since then, the number of people affected by cancer and the one of malformations at birth have seriously increased. The soy monoculture model leads to so-called agriculture without farmers, caused by the mechanization of the productive process, like Monsanto does. The company forces farmers to substitute autochthonous varieties of soy seeds with GMO ones, so the natural selection disappears automatically. Roundup seeds produced by Monsanto are sprayed with a pesticide made of glyphosate that doesn't allow the seeds to reproducing. But consumers don't know it because the company took agreements with governments not to show all the substances used during the production on food labels. Obviously, there are people in favor of GMO and others against them.
Los transgénicos no son, como mucha gente lo ha malinterpretado, no son la solución, es decir, la única solución. Los transgénicos son parte de la solución al hambre. Hay que tener en cuenta que desde aquí al año 2050 la población va a aumentar desde 7 a 9.000 billones de personas.
De lo que ellos llaman el hambre en el mundo. Pero el hambre en el mundo, en verdad, es una mentira creada para seguir vendiendo.
An important opinion pro-GMO could be the one of Gustavo Grobo-Copatel, chief executive of Los Grobo, one of the most important companies producing soy. As he says, soy plants are like small factories consuming CO2 instead of producing it. With the use of GMO food, production increases, the cost reduces, and products are affordable for a bigger number of consumers. Of course, people's opinion cannot be more in disagreement with what he says.